Welcome to A Meaningful Marketplace.
I'm Sarah Massoni from Oregon State University's Food Innovation Center, where I've helped countless dreamers launch their new food products. It's the science of taking a food delight from the kitchen to mass manufacturing and still keeping its great taste. That's what I do. I've been called the woman with the $1 million palate, although I haven't tried to cash that check yet. Listen in weekly for real-life stories.
I'm Sarah Marshall, owner of Marshall's Hot Sauce and author of Preservation Pantry, modern canning from root to top and stem to core. I love inspiring business owners to get started on their journey, encourage folks to be part of their local community, and I'm excited to help business owners tell their stories. Hello and welcome to the Meaningful Marketplace. We are here weekly to discuss the journeys of food entrepreneurs. We're glad you've joined us today as we bring you stories of hope and inspiration. This is Sarah Marshall, owner of Marshall's Hot Sauce. Sarah Massoni is out today, but she will be back next week. We have been partnering with the Regional Food Business Center to bring you guests from our 6-state region, and we are currently meeting with business owners in the great state of Washington. We would like to encourage you to connect with your state by signing up for the Regional Food Business Center newsletter. It's a breeze to sign up. You can just go to Northwest Rocky Mountain Regional Food Business Center.com, hit connect with us, and choose the button to receive newsletters. We want to thank our sponsor for supporting the Meaningful Marketplace. Thank you for helping us spread the word about small business owners and entrepreneurs. Let's hear a word from our sponsor. The Northwest and Rocky Mountain Regional Food Business Center is the proud sponsor of the Meaningful Marketplace podcast, giving a voice to food from across the 6-state region of Colorado, Idaho, Montana, Oregon, Washington, and Wyoming. The Food Business Center supports Northwest and Rocky Mountain food industry makers as part of the USDA's National Network of Food Business Centers, supporting a more resilient, diverse, and competitive food system as a go-to source for small and mid-tier food and farm businesses with a focus on underserved communities, providing education in the form of technical knowledge, business programs, and industry news. We sponsor trade shows, meetups, and conferences to connect growers, producers, retailers, distributors, and processors, all to stimulate business and raise the standards of our storied food industry. Join us as we travel through the 6-state region, learning more about food makers, food hubs, and food systems. Visit the website at Northwest Rocky Mountain Regional Food Businesses.com to get connected. And I would like to introduce our guests today. I have with us David and Faith. They are the owners of Oak Meadows Farm, a regenerative farm in Fendale? Did I say it right?
Ferndale.
I can't read my own writing. In Ferndale, Washington. We're delighted to have you both on the show today. Thanks for joining us. We always like to connect our listeners to you online and on social media. So let's tell people where to find you in the virtual world.
Yeah, so we're on both Facebook and
Instagram
at
Oak Meadows Farm.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And we like to start at the beginning of your story. So when did you start Oak Meadows Farm and what got you into farming?
Well, I started when I was about 13 in that I wanted to get some pet ducks that we saw at the feed store and wanted to make it into a small bit business where I could actually make some money. So I started to sell duck eggs and then figured that I might as well try doing a few more things. So got quail and chickens and sheep and goats and turkeys, and I've tried just about anything and everything since then. And now we officially made it a business about 10 years.
Wow. That's quite a story to go from your childhood dream of wanting a pet to turning it into your life business. That's so cool. You talked about a little bit the kinds of animals you have, but I want to just back up a little bit because some of our listeners might not know some of the words that we're using. So let's just make sure to tell people what, when we're talking about regenerative, diversified livestock farm, let's talk about what those things mean for our listeners so that they know all the great things that you're doing on your farm.
So that would be like raising livestock in a way that's both healthy for the land and the animals, just helping to revive the soil and have more diverse plants and healthy people, healthy land, healthy animals.
It's regenerative at every level. We're trying really hard because farming is such a hard business, right? Like it's not easy. You're working day in and day out. So we're trying to also, for the few employees that we do have, like we're trying to make it good for them too, making sure that they get days off, that they get time off when they need it, that it's fun. Like farming can be really hard work sometimes. So it's not just the animals that we're trying to take care of and raise well. It's the people that we work with too.
Yeah, there's a lot to think about. It's the whole community, your family, other people's families, and the animals. You have to think about them all and the earth all at the same time.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we love all the work and thought that you're putting into it. Let's tell people the kinds of things that you are raising and selling so that they know what to look for.
Yeah. So right now we're actually transitioning out of being a farm ourselves that much and doing our own livestock into we're actually really focusing on our new store that we built out. We took one of our barns here and turned it into a brand new store with display freezers and coolers, and are now selling products for probably about 20 other farms in the area and around the state, and are actually selling off parts of our business that are like the actual livestock parts to some of our staff to run themselves, and then they can sell into our store. Currently, what you can find on the farm is there's someone who runs sheep on our property. We have the laying hens, which is one thing that we're going to be selling off to staff. And then we have bees that we have a guy that's got 35 beehives right now too.
Wow.
And some pigs.
And and we've still got a few pigs ourselves.
Yep.
Yeah. So
yeah, we're kind of becoming more of like a hub for other farms because I mean, yeah, like I said before, farming it's hard work, and sometimes finding land is really difficult. Like if you don't, like we were fortunate enough that, David's family home had 10 acres. And so we didn't have to look elsewhere for some place to farm, but not everybody has that. So it's been kind of fun to, offer up our property to other farmers that don't have the land but need it. And then yeah, they get to run their animals here, and we get the fun of having the animals around, but we don't have to do the work necessarily, which is also nice.
It makes it more like a community too. You have lots of people
Yeah.
there and give people access to space, because I know that's really hard in our area. I'm sure, we're in Oregon, but I know that's hard for a lot of my friends who want to start farms. It's hard to find a small space to start because it's costly to have a big space. And so I'm sure it's nice for the people that are able to access your land to just have a little bit of space for what they need.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, with also the farm store now, then if they want to, they have also an outlet that they can be selling stuff through. Because that was something that we ran into a lot in our farming years, was like, we have the product, but trying to find someone who actually wants it can be harder than we would like sometimes. And so we kind of created what we would have needed, back then. And it's also just, when we go vacation or whatever, like we're always looking for the store that's got all the local stuff, like the things that you're not going to find in the grocery stores. So I am really excited that we kind of now have one of those on our property. Like I go in and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is a store I would want to shop in. So it's kind of fun.
Well, let's tell people about the store. So it's called the Acorn Market, and let's tell people where to find it and what kinds of things are in there.
Yeah, so you can either shop on our website, which currently we're getting a new website built out for the Acorn Market, but you'll just still be able to reach it through the Oak Meadows Farm website. But yeah, either you can just come in and shop during our store hours, or buy through the website and we can ship within the state, or you can just buy on the website and then we'll have it all packed up for you and you can just come out and pick it up from the store. Yeah. And then as far as what we have in there right now,
we have a lot of things right now. One of the things I'm most excited about is there's a local tea company called the Connor Tea Company. And I love tea. I'm a big tea drinker, and we have all of their teas in our store. And they gave us the little like smell jars that you can like open and like smell the tea. It's literally my favorite thing. But we also have local honey, the honey that was harvested on our property. You can find that in the store. For Christmas, we brought in a bunch of soup mixes made by a local company. We've got pasture raised pork and chicken and lamb and beef.
Yak.
Oh yeah, we have yak too.
We've got
I forget about that.
local yak in there,
which is kind of fun.
Salmon, We've got the turkey,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, eggs, squash, lots of spice mixes.
Lots of spice mixes. Oh, cheese. We've got apple
Yep. Yep, we
cheese.
got local cheese in
Mhm.
there. Soap.
We have a very
Yeah.
wide variety of things.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do you have specific hours and days that you're open that people can come, or can people just schedule it with you, or what's that process like?
Yeah. Currently, we're open on Saturdays and Thursdays. So on Saturdays, it's 10 to 4, and on Thursdays, it's 2 to 6.
And Faith, you're usually there running the shop, right? On Saturdays. Did I read that online?
Yes, I'm doing a little bit less right now. So we really try to keep it in the family. My sister actually is our chief egg washer, and she had a friend that is currently in school to be a dental hygienist. She was looking for like a small part-time job, and it just kind of happened that the hours she was available to work the same exact hours at her store. So she's actually doing a lot of the running of the store right now. I still do a lot of like the admin kind of side of things. That's what I enjoy doing. So I do a lot of that. Malia is her name, is usually the one running the farm store these days, and she does an excellent job.
Mhm.
Perfect. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to hear about what a typical day is like for you guys running a farm store and running a farm. So we'll be right back.
Oregon State University's College of Agricultural Sciences and the Food Innovation Center are proud sponsors of Meaningful Marketplace. With a mission to serve all Oregonians, we are committed to giving voice to those whose food and agricultural stories are not always heard. By providing access and opportunity for a more diverse and just food system, because food brings people together.
Let's talk about what it's like to run the farm store and run a farm in case we have people that are interested in doing either one of those things as a business. We want to let them know what they're getting into.
Let's see. So a lot of what I do for my day to day is actually on the computer these days because it is managing a lot of moving parts of yeah, trying to make sales. I have different wholesale outlets I work with to get stuff to Seattle, so we don't have to drive our own product down to Seattle, and working with different other farms who want to get their product into our store, and just buying from them, getting that set up. And I do have a full-time employee who's actually currently running most of the day-to-day farm, actually like taking care of the animals and farm projects and building projects. Malia, is doing a lot of the store itself. Like she's doing a lot of restocking, inventory.
Yeah, I mean the farm store, like it once you get the product in, it's not too hard. Like, you just got to find a spot for it, get a label, all that kind of stuff. But then it does take, a lot of maintenance of like making sure stuff is stocked. You want to make sure it looks good. I worked it in retail for a little bit, so that was kind of fun for me to get to do it, but like in a fun way, and the customers were way nicer, so that was awesome.
And do you guys know most of your customers? Like, are they people that are your neighbors and friends?
Yeah.
There's quite a few. And he has a lot of customers that have been with him for a really long time, like since the farm started. Like when we got married, there was a couple of his customers that found out and they like sent us a card and, a couple of gifts, and it was really sweet. And one of his customers literally just gave him a pair of heated gloves just randomly.
That's so nice.
Yeah, no, it is really cool. Like farming really seems to bring people together, and like people are usually, especially what we're doing, the regenerative agriculture, that kind of thing. People are really grateful for that. They really appreciate that we're, trying to raise the animals humanely and not with all of this added stuff. Yeah, they really appreciate that. So the fact that they appreciate it and we like doing it, like it does create a really nice community that we have. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. But then we get a lot of people who just find out about us too, just through the website. Like we're getting in new customers every week that have never even heard of us the week before, just found out. So, yeah.
And what would you say is like your most popular, most purchased item? Like what should people not miss out on if they're shopping either at your store or on your website?
We're pretty much known for our chicken. It's the thing that that's what I've raised the most of over the years is chickens for meat. Yeah, we're definitely the meat is what we sell the most of. And
Hmm.
then kind of people just grab other things along with it.
I would say like if someone like is kind of new to the whole like regenerative agriculture, that kind of thing, I would just start with like getting literally like a pack of ground beef. Because it's crazy how much better our ground beef is than what you can get at the grocery store. Like the first time my mom tried made something with like our ground beef, she's like, I'm never getting beef from the store again. Like this is 10 times better. Like it looks better, it tastes better, like all this sort of stuff. So that would be my recommendation is like just literally start with like ground beef and then you can like work up and maybe get a fancy steak or something like that.
Mhm.
But we do sell a lot of like the ground beef, the ground
Yeah.
pork. We have our own sausage in the store too,
Mhm.
which is pretty popular.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say those are probably our biggest sellers.
Mhm. Yeah. And a lot of honey. Honey's been really good for us this year.
Yeah, people love the local honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's good you're providing those things to the people in your area. And I do think that giving people a good place to start when they haven't, experimented with eating local food, because a lot of people haven't, and so I think that gives them a good direction to go. So I think if they start with the local honey and ground beef, that's like a good way into it. Because I do think you definitely right away with just those two things, you can tell a huge difference. Than if you just start buying it off a grocery store shelf for sure.
Yeah. No. And we've had a lot of fun with like the honey
Mm-hmm.
because the guy who does the bees will come in and do like tastings
Mm-hmm.
That's
with
fun.
people and has honey from different times of the year. And you can just literally taste different flowers and like the honey looks
Yeah. From one
different.
batch to the next, like one was like a lot darker, and he said he likes it better with like coffee and that kind of stuff, and then he had one from like a later time in the year. He's like, this is good for like just putting on stuff, which again, like you don't get that in the store,
Yeah, it sounds fun.
which is really really cool.
That you have interactive things, people can taste honey and smell tea and be able to talk about, where their food comes from. Like it makes so much sense. You don't see that in a regular grocery store, but it also makes it a very fun experience to come into your shop. I always like to ask people if you have any advice for people that are currently dreaming up a business.
I mean, I would feel like I would say just be really persistent with it.
Yeah.
And be open to change because this is very different from where we thought we would be like 5 years ago when
Yeah.
we got married. Like, we would talk about what we wanted to do in the future and this kind of stuff. And this was kind of part of it, but it definitely looks very different than what we thought it was going to. So you do kind of have to have an open hand with things and just be open to what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. It's equal amounts doing a lot of research, but then also having to just jump in headfirst and try it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I think that's good advice, and I think being open and adaptable, sort of malleable a little bit is important because you never know which direction your business is going to take you, I think.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, even just from this spring, plans changed immensely from this spring. Like we were planning to raise 6,000 chickens for meat for this one big wholesaler, and they just dropped out from under us.
Oh, yeah.
And basically, we've gone from, yeah, we were gonna go big to nope, we're not gonna raise any chickens for meat next year. We're just focusing on the store. Like even just in 6 months, oh, complete change.
Well, we want to tell people one more time how to support you in person and online, and let's tell people how to do that.
Yeah, just following us on Instagram and Facebook to see what we're up to, going onto the website and signing up for our newsletter.
We have a monthly newsletter that we've tried to get out just to let people know
Mhm.
what's going on at the farm, if we've got any new product in, because some of it is very seasonal. So that's a good way to find out what we've got currently. You also might see pictures of our really cute dogs. So there's a plus.
Yep.
Dog pictures are always a draw.
Yep. Yeah, and then just hopefully in the next couple of weeks, the new website will be out that'll have all of our products on it. And like you'll be able to order a box that could have meat and tea and honey and everything that I can ship anywhere within the state for anybody within Washington. Or if you're nearby us, yeah, just stop by the store when we've got the store open or buy stuff online and we'll have it all bagged up for you to come grab or
Yep.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And do you do any farmers markets? I forgot to ask that question earlier.
We do not. We've never actually done farmers markets and never had time to do farmers markets.
Yeah, our store hours are usually like the exact same time as the farmers market, so we just kind of miss out on that. But it's worked okay for us so far.
Choose one or the other, but it makes sense. Most people do a farmers market because they don't have like a brick and mortar shop, but you guys have shops, so you don't need to be at the farmers market.
Yeah.
Well, it was great to meet with you guys today and chat with you about what you do. I think that you're doing great things for your community and for the world and the earth, and you're really paying attention to what you're doing. So thanks for all of the effort. And it was lovely to hear about what a day in the life is like for all of you. And I recommend people go check out your shop and your site and go visit you on the farm. So thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And thanks to our listeners for listening to the Meaningful Marketplace podcast. Before you go, you can show some love for our podcast by leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts and iTunes. You can follow us on Instagram or YouTube at Meaningful Marketplace Podcast. And you can call or text Sarah and I with questions at 503-395-8858. And we couldn't do this without our fantastic team at Joy of Creation Production House. Thanks to Dave, our production coordinator, and Haley, our audio engineer. We will be back next week for the last show of the year. Thanks for joining, everybody. Bye. If you love the stories we bring you each week, please consider supporting us on Patreon. As an independent media company, your support is absolutely essential. It allows us to continue creating high-quality professional episodes that amplify the voices of women, small business owners, writers, artists, and creatives, and keep their stories free from commercial pressure. By becoming a Patreon member, you're not just supporting us, you're investing in the future of independent media. Please visit patreon.com/The Joy of Creation Production House to join our community today. Thank you for listening and supporting our podcast dreams.